TheJbeans.net.
We sailed on the Carnival Glory for 7 nights in August 2022. If you follow these 12 tips, you'll likely enjoy sailing on her as much as we did. Just a quick note that if you enjoy this video, please give us a thumbs up or leave a comment. It really helps our channel. And consider subscribing so you get alerted when we add new videos. Our first tip is to use Deck 5 with the casino or a stateroom deck if you need to get from the front of the ship to the back of the ship, or vice versa. You simply cannot get from one end of the Glory to the other on Deck 3 because the ship's galley blocks the way between the midship and aft elevators. This causes a lot of passengers to get lost at the Deck 3 midship elevators, which is essentially a dead end. Likewise, getting from one end of the ship to the other on Deck 4 can be troublesome because the Golden Restaurant and the Ivory Club Bar can block the way. Our next tip is to be aware that not all elevators on the Glory stop at all the decks, which can lead to some confusion. The aft elevators at the back of the ship go as low as Deck 0, but only go as high as Deck 9. This means there is no direct elevator access to Old Fashioned Barbecue at the back of Deck 10. The midship elevators also go as low as Deck 0, but go as high as Deck 10, where the Emerald Steakhouse is located. The Ford standard elevators also go as low as Deck 0, but go as high as Deck 11, where Spa Carnival and the Fitness Center are located. And the Ford glass elevators also go as high as Deck 11, but only go as low as Deck 2. Finally, a standalone single elevator that only goes between Decks 11 and 12 is located at the front of the ship near Spa Carnival and Camp Ocean. Although the elevator is helpful, it also might be the slowest elevator we've ever ridden. It literally took a full minute to move just one deck. Speaking of elevators, our third tip is to head to the front of the Glory if you're looking for the elevator area with the most elevators. In general, you'll find 4 elevators each in the aft area and midship area of the Glory. However, the forward area has 10 elevators with 6 standard enclosed elevators and 4 glass elevators that overlook the atrium lobby. Just be aware that the standard elevators and glass elevators operate on separate call buttons, so you will have to press both sets of buttons if you want to call all of the elevators in the forward area. Our next tip is to take advantage of the Glory secret decks located at the front of Decks 6, 7, and 10. It's not obvious that the decks are open for passengers, which is why you typically won't find any other passengers when you visit. You can find the sets of double doors to access the relaxing outside decks near staterooms 6207. 6208, 7207, 7208, 1003, and 1004. Our fifth tip is to make sure you know where the restrooms are located for your main dining room. If you're dining in the Platinum Restaurant on Deck 3 or 4 at the back of the ship, you're in luck. Restrooms are located near both entrances of the dining room. However, if you're dining in the Golden Restaurant on Deck 3 midship, the restrooms are located outside the restaurant through the atrium and past the shore excursion desk. And if you're dining in the Golden Restaurant on Deck 4 midship, the restrooms are located through the Pixels Gallery and inside the Amber Palace Main Lounge Theater. The men's restrooms are on the port side or left side, and the women's restrooms are on the starboard side or right side. Alternatively, if the back doors of the Deck 4 Golden Restaurant are open, there are also restrooms located past the midship elevator area near the green conference room. Our next tip is to check out the menus posted at the start of the buffet lines in the Red Sail Restaurant Lita Buffet on Deck 9, if you want to know what's available in each section before you stand in line. During our cruise, the menus listed the food being served, including a description of ingredients and allergy information. Additionally, allergy information placards were also located above food items on the buffet. Our seventh tip is to use the stairs inside the buffet to access additional indoor seating on Deck 10. In addition to the extra seating, a drink station is available, so you don't have to walk back down for a refill. Our next tip is to ask a bartender for a drinking glass if you prefer a normal size glass that is quite a bit larger than the small plastic cups that were provided at most self-serve drink stations on the Glory. During our cruise, larger plastic cups could also be found at the self-service pour-your-own-beer station in the buffet area. Our ninth tip is to use a few kid-friendly four-letter words to help find your stateroom. Many people remember that port and left have 4 letters, and port is the left side of the ship when facing forward. Additionally, even has 4 letters, and the even-numbered staterooms are on the port side or left side of the Glory. Our next tip is to be aware there are a few areas of the ship that are designated for adults only. Serenity is located on decks 12 and 14 in the front of the ship. The outdoor private relaxation area for guests aged 21 and up features shaded sun loungers, chase lounges, beverage service, and 2 hot tubs. Additionally, there is an adults-only pool and 2 adults-only hot tubs located in the back of the ship on Deck 9. Our 11th tip is for my fellow coffee lovers. There are 3 coffee bars located on the Glory. The Java Blue Cafe on Deck 5 midship. A coffee bar at the Colors Lobby Bar on Deck 3 midship. And a coffee bar at the back of the buffet on Deck 9 aft near the back of the ship. Speaking of coffee, a popular drink hack is to mix the complimentary coffee with the soft-serve ice cream available on board. The drink station at the very back of Deck 9 has both machines available if you'd like to give it a try. Our next tip is to check the Java Blue Cafe on Deck 5 midship or guest services on Deck 3 forward if you'd like a paper copy of the daily schedule of activities. Activities are also listed on the Carnival Hub app. Finally, a bonus tip. If you want a bit of a challenge on board the Glory, try to locate the coin from the ship's 2003 coin ceremony. Many cruisers consider the finding of ship's coins to be like a scavenger hunt, so we won't reveal the exact location. However, we can confirm the coin does exist, and the photo may give you an idea of where to begin looking.